Welcome to the What's Good Tampa Show. What's Good Tampa Show. This is where we talk about all things Tampa Bay and beyond. Coming to you from the Gimmick in Ybor City, here's your hosts, Austin and Sean.
Can you hear us?
I figured you'd make some kind of rules like you always do, and so
I'm pretty sure she'll hear us just fine.
Unless I look
right
more official, I'll take the risk.
No, no, you're official enough. Perfect. Well, we're super excited to have you on. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what? I was actually listening, and I love that song, "Find Your Voice."
Oh,
yes,
really?
Yes,
Thank
that's
you.
really good.
Thank
That's
you.
really good. Where? Oh no, you're fine. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Featuring.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. A little pop in. A little
like
pop in
that.
by Preem here. Anyway, yeah, so I was just saying, I love that song, Find Your Voice.
Thank you.
It's really cool. And I don't want to jump right in, but first thing I want to do is just, if you don't mind, just telling everybody just who you are, where you're from, about your music.
Yeah, so my name is Shelby Sol, and I do soul music, as my name implies. And I'm from Tampa. I've been here since '06, so I consider myself a Tampanian. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to do what I love because that's what comes naturally to me. So
Very cool. How long have you been doing it?
So as an artist, only since 2020.
Okay.
And so I've always been a musician. I started playing piano at 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
And then naturally, like in high school, I got into like production.
Sure.
So I was more like a behind the scenes kind of person.
Okay.
But then in 2020, I was like, I have all this music that I've written and I've never tried like putting anything out. So let me just see what happens. And then I did, of course, with the help and the support of my husband, Jinx813, shout out to him.
Nice.
But yeah, and we've just been going ever since. So yeah.
Very good. And do you, obviously you write your own music, and then do you record it as well yourself, or do you go in the studio, or how does that process?
Mix.
Okay.
It's a mix. Yeah, usually I'll like produce up to like a point where I feel comfortable, and then I like working with other producers too, just to get their ear on like what they hear on the piece specifically. Like this producer 2SC, I love his work, and so we called him the finisher.
Okay.
Or that's who I knew him to be. I knew him before, but people referred to him as the finisher, and I'm like, I need that.
Yeah,
So
okay.
yes. So yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, that's cool. And then this is more of a technical question. People might not really know. Is it like a Pro Tools type of thing you're using, or like any?
I use Logic.
I'm fascinated by that stuff. Oh, Logic.
I use Logic.
Logic's a great program.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool.
Yeah.
And what is it, I guess, that kind of inspired you to get started, or like who were your inspirations when you were like growing up?
So I've got like different pockets of inspiration. If we're talking just like what I like to listen to, I think I really kind of hit my spark in finding what I liked when I heard Amy Winehouse for the first time.
Okay, yeah.
And that was what inspired a lot of like my singing and just like things that I knew resonated with what I like to hear, but was still like contemporary, you know?
Right.
But like I grew up on, of course, gospel, like which I love gospel. That's just like a timeless genre. You can't you can't go wrong with good gospel.
Yep.
But then like also when we moved to Tampa, my parents were like introduced me to like Earth, Wind and Fire and like all these things. So like
Love
imagine
Earth, Wind,
being
and
like like you cannot go like fantasy what?
Yeah.
So yeah, but then like production wise, my inspiration is more like I love like the internet. I was really listening to a lot of Odd Future Wolfgang when I started producing. So I was like, oh, okay, and then just kind of grew from there. So,
Okay.
how does it go? I'm Sean.
Hey, oh.
You know,
So I'll
yeah,
be talking
that guy.
here. So,
I just take over.
I'm so
sometimes.
fascinated too because when people like have had this talent or know that they had this inspiration of something they want to do, and then finally they just snap and they say like, I'm gonna do it. You know, me and Austin have this conversation all the time, and I really try to push him to quit his job, and I want him to be homeless for a while to know what it feels like to fight to get to something, to do it on your own, and to be self-sufficient in the things that you love most. What was something? Is there any like specific moment in time in 2020 where you're like, was there an opportunity that presented itself where it's like, I'm going full force, I don't care what it takes, I know I have the skills, and I'm going to do everything I can to continue to grow to get to the next level?
I think I'm still getting there. I'm much like Austin here.
Awesome.
I will.
Well, you made the step.
Yeah,
You took the step.
I made the step, but I don't know if I've gone like completely full force to be like I'm just going to jump all the way off. I'm taking kind of like the safe artist route where it's like I'm going to do what I can in my city first, and that's where my priority is, and then I'll grow from there. But my focus really has been on Tampa specifically for the last several years.
And was there a specific instance where you're like, I'm just going to start putting out music? Because like obviously you've been singing to yourself, and everyone's like, "Hey, you're good. I love hearing you." And where was it? Somebody that said, "Hey, we have this bar show. We want somebody to like open for us," or "Hey, can you do a show here?" And did it just say, "I'm going to record some stuff and put it out to the world, put it on Spotify, and see what happens"?
It was more the latter. It was 2020, right?
Yeah,
so everybody's
home.
Yeah, everyone's home. Everyone's doing all this like introspection and all that kind of thing. So I think for me, it was like, man, I have music that I know I relate to. There have to be other people that can relate to this message that's in my music. And so that was really like the push for me.
And then every time somebody, and for us too, even with the show, but every time somebody is like new to your music, it like pushes you that next step. Like,
yes.
If somebody sees us in Ybor and be like, "What's Good Tampa Show?" It pushes us to the next level. And I can imagine with you, it's a GMF awesome situation to like get out to maybe a lot of people that haven't seen you, and it's going to give you this extra pop. And not only that, you get to put yourself on stage and in front of so many people and put yourself out there. So it's like for you, especially somebody that's taking that ladder route where it's like, I'm still going to just do this. And maybe this is something that shoves you into the limelight where it's like, no, you're ready. Yeah. Right now, girl. It's happening.
Thank you.
But I'm excited to see it. We're going to be there, and me and Austin will be running around and interviewing. But like, I'm excited to, I just love that about the artist where you get into a situation that maybe you weren't used to doing. And this might be, one of the bigger crowds that you maybe have had here in Tampa, and then when you kill it, it's going to be like amazing.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited.
So tell us specifically when you're playing at GMF, so people know where to go, how to find you there.
Yes, so I will be playing on Sunday at 1:30.
Awesome.
So yeah, it's going to be a Sunday afternoon set, which is like my perfect vibe. That is like me all day. So I love that.
Nice.
That's like Austin and mimosas.
Yeah,
he loves that all day.
I'm a brunch guy. Do you get nervous before you perform on stage, or do you have any like rituals you do to kind of get you in that zone?
I have to pray, even if whether it's with my band or just me and myself, like a moment with God, like I have to, because it helps me stay grounded. It helps center me. It helps humble me, or else, because otherwise, we'll get the big head and do things that aren't right. So it helps me stay grounded. And then I also it's right before I get on stage. I'll be fine. Yeah. Like any other time, like right now, I'm done. Whatever, GMF, no big deal. Yeah. But like minutes before I hit the stage, I'm going to be like, whose idea was this?
Right, the butterflies hit, right?
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah, I mean, I totally understand that. And like putting yourself out there to new people, it's always kind of a nerve-wracking thing, right? Like, how's this going to go? Are people going to like it? Are they not going to like it? Has it been how have you kind of felt with like the growth? Obviously, like you said, you've been getting started since 2020. Are you feeling more and more confident as the more you put yourself out there, or still every time you drop a new song out there, are you like, oh God, how's this going to go? Or is it now just kind of like part of your groove?
Kind of a combination of all the things you just said. Yeah. I think that now when I drop music, I just don't have, I don't set expectations that aren't realistic. I think that once I release it, I've done my part, right? Like I do just the same reason I was saying why I released the music. Like I know there's someone that can resonate with what I'm saying in the lyrics, and so if that one person hears them, then that's that's the whole point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And with God in the center, it takes care of itself.
Right. No, for sure. So, for sure.
Is there tell me, I'm always fascinated when we talk to musicians about the writing process, because everyone seems they have a different way to do it. Sometimes if it's like a rock band, it starts with the guitar riff, or if it's soul or whatever, maybe it just starts with a melody. I don't know, but tell me kind of what your writing process looks like. Does it come from an inspiration outside the world, or you just say, hey, I have a catchy idea? How does that typically work for you?
That's usually I'll have an idea, and because I'm a musician, it starts with the music first. So I'll have something, whether I'm playing like piano or guitar, there's something that I'll start playing, and then the lyrics come. Okay. But I've been also trying to challenge myself to just hear what other people make and put my thoughts to it as well, and that kind of has worked out better than I thought it would, because I think I'm one of those artists that are self-sufficient, that think that they're not great at collaboration, and you don't know until you try it. And so I have done that, and I've gotten the opportunity to do that, and it still turns out pretty cool. But what comes naturally is me writing the music and then putting the lyrics to it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's probably how I hear most of it go. The music was kind of the starting point, right? And then from there you take it.
Well, and Austin, I mean, not to put this, put you out there like that, but
here we go.
You play the guitar,
I do.
and so you do a little musician stuff, but you're obviously never going to put yourself out there because you like the safe route, and you're going to do whatever it takes to stay. Yeah. But here's the thing: when you're doing riffs and stuff, are you just covering it up, or have you created your own sounds? I'm curious.
Yeah, I mean, I usually just get inspiration from musicians that I like, and
then
make a
play
riff
their
and then-
songs.
No,
So
I
it's
never
tough.
play. No, I never play cover songs.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Oh, so you have your own songs?
Yeah.
Now,
totally.
here's my
This
question.
isn't
You had
about me.
mentioned-
Well,
Okay.
I'm interested
This
too.
is-
Yeah.
This isn't
But here's
about
where
me.
I was going with this too, is like because you just started
where are you
recently
going?
too.
Yeah.
And did you have a bunch of stuff written that you like retweaked to
Yes.
release it? Yeah,
Yes.
that's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're in your songs. It's not even about. And we were just talking with Preem before. Here is people change throughout the time that they
Right.
do. So the songs that you're writing that you maybe had written 10 years ago that you're making now, do you get to see in your music a different side of you, but coming out like now?
Absolutely.
That's sweet. That's very
Absolutely.
cool. So
Like,
it's a journey almost.
It absolutely is. Like with NTOB especially, that's the one song that I didn't really think much of it, but that's the song that everybody likes the most. And I wrote that song, I think I was like 17 or 18 years
Really?
old.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And I'm not going to tell you how old I am now. But I was like, man, people love this song this much. Like I tweaked one like small thing with like the production and the sound of the
Awesome.
song, and it just changed it. So yeah.
Oh, so it was already written, published,
No, I hadn't put it out. I wrote it on guitar and I sat on it. I was sitting on a
Right.
lot of music
That's
until
awesome.
2020, and then I decided to release
And so
it.
you have a lot of stuff. So the new stuff that you're inspired to do are you pulling from some of the old stuff? Like, do you have like maybe a song and half of that goes in, and then you like, okay, now I'm here in my life, so I'm going to kind of change it up through the rest? Or is it like, I'm going to produce this song that I wrote when I'm 17 and that's it, like as it was? Or is there a tweaking process to kind of like, make it a little bit different from the way you originally thought it was going to come out?
Yes, I think that my music taste has grown a lot, of course, since then, and so I'll retweak some lyrics maybe, or like, of course, change the production because a lot was just guitars, like me and guitar. So definitely a lot of tweaking.
Awesome.
Oh, multi-talented, guitar, piano. What else do
Okay,
you do?
Yeah,
I don't.
what
I play guitar, but for my I will never play out. Like at least not today. One day if I get to that point, but like I am. I think if you play piano first, you can pretty much pick up any
I hear that.
instrument.
Yeah, I hear
So
that,
yeah.
That's really cool. So people who haven't heard you yet, and they're going to hear you for the first time, or maybe this shows the first bit of exposure they have to you. What would you tell them is what they should go listen to first? Like if you want to hear what I'm all about, and of course you're proud of all your work, but what would you say? Hey, if you want to hear what I'm all about, this is the song.
And
This
in
is
your
what-
head, you're thinking, well, there's people that like this song, but I wish they'd listen to this song.
Easier. Easier is the song that
Okay.
I love the absolute most out of any song that I've put out so far. Easier is my absolute favorite.
Okay, so that's the one people should go check out
Yes.
first. You say, okay, cool.
Yes.
And maybe on YouTube, we'll throw it in the link so they can just click. and
Yeah,
go.
absolutely. We'll do
Yeah.
that. Yeah, how do people find you? Like, so on Instagram, TikTok, what are your handles, or how can people get a hold of you?
So I'm Shelby Sol Music everywhere, and that's
Okay.
SOL, not SOUL. I tell everybody like the sun, not
Yeah.
like the spirit, because if you put SOUL, you will not find me.
Got it.
So yeah, Shelby SOL. All streaming, it's the same thing, Shelby Sol, and then social media, Shelby Sol Music.
Awesome. And then they can book you through that as well? Or
Yep,
through your...
my booking email is there, and it goes to Jinx, so he handles all of my things because I cannot do both. So
Awesome.
Well, before we go, we're going to take a quick break to hear from one of our awesome sponsors, but we're going to have a little thing for you here at the end before we head out, so stay with us.
Awesome.
All right,
All
we'll
right.
be right back. All right,
We're back. Okay, so tell us, what else exciting news do you have going on with your life, your career? What's going on with you?
yeah, so outside of GMF, I'm also putting an EP. Well, it's already put together, but I'm dropping an EP on the 23rd of this month, so I'm super excited
Nice.
about
Day
that.
after your birthday.
Yes,
Oh,
exactly.
nice.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
happy
a
birthday!
good-
I'm putting out an EP.
Thank you. That's the best birthday present I could ask for. Thank you.
But yeah, I'm doing an EP release party at Crowbar on
Okay.
that same day, on the 23rd, at 7 p.m. So I'm super excited about
Oh,
that.
Show
well,
up to Crowbar. We'll be there.
Crowbar on
No,
the
we'll be
23rd. Yeah, we'll be there. Awesome. Okay, cool. Well, before we wrap up, we always like to play this game with our guests. It's just a Tampa this or that game. So no wrong answer. Just say the first thing that comes to your mind. You have 60 seconds to complete it. Okay? You ready? 60 seconds is going to be on the clock starting now. Okay, so Cuban sandwich or wings?
Wings.
Clearwater Beach or St. Pete Beach?
St. Pete.
Gasparilla Parade or the Florida State Fair?
Parade.
Tampa Bay Lightning or the Tampa Bay Bucks?
Bucks.
Okay, Busch Gardens or Adventure Island?
Neither.
Ybor City or Channelside?
Ybor.
Tampa Museum of Art or the Florida Aquarium?
Museum.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers or the Tampa Bay Rowdies?
Bucks.
The Tampa Bay Riverwalk or Bayshore Boulevard?
Riverwalk.
Curtis Hickson Park or the Al Lopez Park?
Curtis Hickson.
All right, that was it, folks. Good job. She nailed it.
Man, that lightning one was hard.
Yeah, right? It got wild. Everyone says Ybor, though. I'm loving that versus
Yeah.
Channel Side.
Yeah.
I'm loving that.
Yeah.
Yep, it's perfect. All right, well, awesome. Well, again, I know we just talked about it, but I love just one more time, just tell us where to find you.
Yeah, Shelby Sol Music on all social media, and then of course Shelby Sol on all streaming platforms.
S-O-L.
And that's S-O-L. Yes.
S-O-L. Perfect. Okay, and you can find us at the What's Good Tampa Show, YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, TikTok, all those good things at What's Good Tampa. If you're interested in being a part of the show, just hit us up on any of those platforms, and we will see you guys next
February
time.
18th, Gasparilla Music Festival. Be there.
All right.
Thanks for listening to the What's Good Tampa Show. Don't forget to subscribe and follow us on Instagram at What's Good Tampa Show, or visit what'sgoodtampa.com to get involved with the show. See you next time.